Hi everybody, my name is Inga Masick. I'm Paparazzi Consultant 78292, and today I want to share with you 5 things to do when you feel like quitting. But before I get into that, let me just say this. Let me put you at ease. If you feel like quitting right now, or if you've ever felt like quitting, please know that you are in good company. Show me any network marketing professional, superstar, millionaire, or just anybody that's stepped out and tried to do something different in their life, been an entrepreneur or done anything. I guarantee you that they have felt like quitting before. The difference is that they didn't. That they kept on moving and they kept on pushing and they kept on going towards their goal. And that's all you have to do. But I don't want you to beat yourself up thinking that this is not for you because you feel like quitting. Because it's just not. That's not true. It is very normal. But I think it's important to be able to equip yourself with some things to do if you get into that mode, if you feel like it. So here are my 5 things. Number 1, one of the most important, remind yourself of your why. Always keep that why in straight focus. Know what it is. Be tuned into that. And when you are feeling like you want to quit, look at that why. If you do not have it written down, it needs to be written down. You need to write it down, and not just write it down and keep it in your planner or your calendar book or somewhere nice and neat, but post it everywhere. Post it on your bathroom. Put it on a Post-it note if you can, and put it on your bathroom. If you don't want to have a vision board, make a why board. Put everything on there that is your why so that you see it. So you are it's constantly something that is in your mind. It helps you to visualize this is what you're working for, and then go one step further. I know you hear a lot about like the attraction stuff and all that, and whether you believe it or not, one thing that is very true is that if you start to put it in your mind and make it feel like it is something that you can feel and touch, it becomes more real to you, and it's something that you can work towards. So reminding yourself of your why may mean that you need to actually take some time to close your eyes and visualize it and think about how it's going to feel. Create the feeling, create the emotion, create all the stuff that's around it so that you can remember what you're working towards. And one of the most important parts of that, make sure it's written down where you can see it. Post-it notes are my favorite thing ever because I have Post-it notes everywhere, and it just helps. It really does help. It helps you to remember when you get down. And it's a quick and easy thing to be able to put up anywhere. Put it in your car when you're driving. Put it on your desk at work. Maybe not want your coworkers to see it, but put it somewhere that you are going to see it, that it's not something that you're going to easily forget. So that's number 1. Number 2, talk to someone. Don't be ashamed of the fact that you feel that. And let me say something to you. If your upline or your sponsor is somebody who you feel like you can't say that you feel like quitting, because if you say that to them, they're gonna, make you feel like you're less than, or come on, get over that, or whatever, or you walk away feeling worse in that conversation, like, man, I'm such a dud. Why did I feel that way? What's a dud? I don't know. But you feel just like I should not have said something to her, then that's not the person that you need to talk to. You need to have an accountability partner, a mentor, somebody who you feel like they are a great cheerleader and they have a really good balance. You need somebody who is going to tell you that they understand where you're coming from and help you to understand that that's normal, but they're not going to allow you to stay there. They're going to push you to continue on. They're going to be able to be there for you and comfort you and say, yeah, I get it and I understand, and they can relate to you, but then they're going to be able to push you. You don't need that person that's going to allow you to stay there, and you don't need that person that's going to guilt you into feeling bad because you felt something that is very normal. And so it should be your upline because that's what they're there for, but if it's not your upline, get somebody else in the company. And if you can't find anybody in the company, it's okay. Get somebody else in direct sales and network marketing who understands that, who's been there before. They could even just be one step ahead of you. I think you definitely need that person. You need an accountability person or somebody you can walk that path with, who are kind of in the same place with you. But you need somebody who's been where you are, who's successful, who can help you to be able to to be able to narrate that path and be able to say, this is how it's going to happen, this is what it's going to look like, and that's supposed to be your upline. But I don't want you to stop if it doesn't come through your upline, because it can come anywhere. It can be it can be any person, but just make sure that they're a cheerleader. Let me just give you a caution. Do not go to family members that don't support and believe in what you do. And sometimes I know you're in the midst of that pity party and you know they'll join you there, but you do not want somebody who the moment you say you feel like quitting, they tell you, well, quit. You should quit. Girl, I knew that wasn't the thing for you, or it's just too hard, or I told you that's not who you need. That is not who you need. Trust me. It may make you feel better in that time about that decision, but that is not the person that you need to help you move forward and keep on marching towards this goal. So as you're looking to talk to someone, choose the someone very wisely. Know who that someone's going to be. And before you even feel like quitting, the moment you get into it, start looking for those people so you have them in your corner already. The third thing you can do if you feel like quitting is just pause for a second and celebrate your success. And they could be the smallest success. It doesn't matter. You want to still celebrate that. And so, a lot of times when we look at success, we look at the outcome. So, if you talk to 10 people, you're looking at, okay, well, I got 1, or I got 5, or in the case where you don't get anybody, then you don't feel successful. But you can look at the small success, like today I did something for my business. I talked to 10 people about my business. That is something to celebrate. I got out there and I said something. I gave my card to 2 people. I got out there and I gave my card to 2 people. I did a live, and I've been so nervous about doing lives. And it doesn't matter. You're not looking at the fact of how many people watched it. You're not looking at the outcome. You're not looking at what happened on the other side, what somebody else is doing. You're looking at what you did. And the success is that you did something. You made a consistent small step or a big step in your business, but you did that. You can celebrate that. You can celebrate those things and not look at what happened because of them, because you may not be able to see what happens right then. One of the things that I've learned and loved when I've listened to is listening to when pastors talk about the farmer and the seed. And I can't remember who it was, but I just love that they said the farmer knows that when he goes out there to plant the seed, and every day that he's doing all the things, he doesn't do that thing. He doesn't plant that seed. He doesn't, I don't know much about farming, so I'm going to jack up the steps to farming. I'll kill a plant in a heartbeat. But, he doesn't put the water in. He doesn't do any of those things and then step back and wait to see the result right then. He knows that it's a process. So he knows he's done his hard day of work, and he's accomplishing, knowing that, I did what I was supposed to do. I sowed and I will reap at a later time. So know that. Know you've sowed into your business and celebrate that. Write that down. I'm a huge fan and proponent of writing stuff down, because when you're in that space where you feel like quitting, you need to have that, because you're not always able to bring that to your frame of mind. So you want to ensure that you're celebrating, that you're writing down those successes, the things that you did every day towards your business, and then celebrate them. Do something for yourself that is, have a piece of chocolate if you haven't been giving yourself chocolate, or, something, just some sort of something. Give yourself a pat on the back. Say, okay, you know what? That's great. I guarantee you, if you start writing down those small successes, and if you think you switch your mind in what those daily successes look like, that you will find that you have made some strides in your business. So don't negate those. Those are important. Number 4 is just do one thing. Sometimes I'll speak for myself. I have so many ideas in my head of things I want to do, and just stuff that can't necessarily happen in that day. Like, I can't do all of it in that 24 period, but I have like all these goals and all this stuff I want to do, and I'm like all this thing, right? And so sometimes when you have all of that in your head, you can be paralyzed by like, what do I do next, right? But if you are feeling like you want to quit, my suggestion is to do a small thing. One simple small thing. A small, simple thing could be as easy, and I actually think this is a great idea, and I've done it before, writing a thank you card or a thank you text or a thank you email to a customer who has been supporting you regularly or is a brand new customer. When you start to get that gratitude, when you send that, and I love when people I receive things in the mail, and I love to do that, but sometimes it's good to just send it in a text, to just send it in, a messenger, the way that we communicate now, because the great thing is, that person gets that, that they've got it instantly. And sometimes they'll just say, hey, thank you for sending that to me. Or even if they don't, that they've gotten it. So either one of those ways, but that can be one small thing, just to show gratitude to the people who are supporting you and not looking at people who are not. If you have a small team, showing gratitude for that small team, not consistently thinking about, well, gosh, I want to be director. I only have 2 people. I'm looking for that first person, looking for that third person. I need to find that person. No, you have 2 people on your team. Celebrate those people on your team. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Let them know how hard they've been working. If you have nobody on your team, that is okay. You can decide you're going to do one thing in the name of recruiting. You're going to give your card out. You're going to give your Blitz card that has information about how to join your team to somebody. You're going to put one post on Facebook. Anything. Just decide to do one simple thing, keep it simple, do that, and then go back to number 3 and celebrate that success, that you did that in the midst of feeling like you were going to quit. And then the 5th and final thing is breathe. Just stop, take a moment, and breathe. Don't get so caught up. I think one of the major reasons that you feel like quitting, not just because you tell people about this and they kind of look at like you're crazy, or you ask people if they want to join and they say no. Or I think it's also because we compare ourselves to other people. We don't see everybody's journey always. We see the end result, or we see where they are right now. We see where we are in our 3rd month and where they are in their 12th month, and we start saying like, really? Like, I'm doing all the same things. Or, like, we don't have to go that far. You could start at the same time with somebody, and you're both in your 3rd month, and you still waiting to be director, and she's moved on to elite director or whatever it is in your company if you're not paparazzi. And then you start to feel like, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Just stop and breathe. First of all, know that that's all a lie. If you are doing this thing and you're in the midst of doing it, you actually can do it. You can do it. You just need to stop for a second and breathe. You may need to learn more skills. You may need to be under some more mentorship. It just may be time. It may be that you're doing all the right things and that your time is coming. You are planting, you are sowing, and you are going to reap. So you can't base it off of anybody else. But the breathing part is that you just need to breathe. And like I said, I'm a huge proponent of writing. So I would say, write down how you're feeling in that moment. Just get it out. Put it out on paper. Even if you've done some of these other things, you can still do this. But if you haven't done anything else, do this. Write it all out. This is how I'm feeling. This is why I'm feeling this way. Or whatever it is you need to write out. And then either right in that moment decide something you're going to do, like you felt this and now you're going to go do something else, or walk away from it. Go do something else. Figure out something else. Go somewhere else. And then come back. Do one of those other things that I've told you about, or something else that you've figured out, or and then come back to it and write down what you did. If you can't do it in that day, the next day, write down what you did to get out of that feeling. How did you move from where you were if you're still in it, and I'm hoping that you'll still be in it. I guarantee you that if you do that regularly, when you go to write it the next time, you'll notice you felt this way before, and you'll see what you did, and you'll be able to know, okay, that's okay. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time that got me out of this, right? I'm going to just do something to not feel this way before. But the great thing about having that in a journal, having that written down, is that you can then share that with the people when you do get a team, because you will get a team. If you keep on working this and you keep on pushing it, you have your why and you are learning and growing, people are attracted to that and you're going to build your team. And so when that happens, and inevitably you're going to have somebody on your team that's going to feel the exact same way that you are feeling today or that you felt the time before, and you'll be able to give them firsthand experience. You'll be able to do what I just said. You'll be able, if you're their someone, which you should be if you're their upline, you'll be able to say, I know how that feels. I was there. I felt that before. And put words to it. Like, you're feeling whatever it is. And I know it feels defeat. You feel defeated and all that. But here's what I did when I felt this way. ABC or whatever. The best part of that, the reason why I love that, is when you are super successful. It has touched me so much when I've heard the people who are way beyond me, making big bucks, talk about how they have felt exactly how I'm feeling in that moment. Whenever I've heard that, that gives me hope, because it allows me to know, like, so they felt like how I am right now, exactly how I'm feeling, and they're still there right now. So they got from how I am right now, feeling like I wanted to quit, didn't quit, stayed in it, and now they're there. It allows me to know that, like, you know what? I can be there. And when you find that person that's willing to be that transparent, I would lock onto them and start and learn about all the things, because usually if that person's being transparent, they'll be able to tell you, okay, this is what I did. Here are the things. And then you can know that that person got from where you are to where you want to be. Because you can get from where you are to where you want to be if you do not quit. If you recognize that feeling this way is normal, but just don't quit. Feel this way, do something about it, but don't walk away from it. So, once again, 5 things you can do when you feel like quitting. 1, remind yourself of your why. 2, talk to someone. Important someone. Choose that someone very wisely. 3, pause and celebrate your success. No matter how small it is, celebrate it. 4, just do at least one thing. One simple thing for your business. And if you can do more, but at least just do that one thing. And then number 5, just breathe and write down how you're feeling and determine your plan and what you're going to do. And if you can't decide what you're going to do, stay in it and then go back and write what you did. And this 6th one is the freebie that I've kind of sprinkled throughout. Most important thing, when you feel like quitting, don't. Do not. That is the worst time to quit, is when you feel like quitting. Quit when you're you're at the top of your game. Quit when you have accomplished your goal. But don't quit when you feel like quitting, because that means you've not reached exactly where you need to be. If you're feeling that, if you're quitting because you're like, you know what, I've met my goals, I've accomplished what I need to accomplish, and I'm ready to move on to the next step, then that's different. Then this is not working for me. I don't know, because that's not true. That's not real. It just isn't. And I would hate for you to give up on that. And yes, you say, you don't know me, but I do know that if you're watching this, either you're in it right now, you're in direct selling, or you're thinking about it. And that makes you very different. That you're looking for the things to help yourself to be successful. And I'm saying that because I'm where you are, I've been where you are, and currently, you know, as I'm taping, I don't know when you're looking at this, but as I'm taping it, I'm fairly new to this. But one of the things I love to do is I love to know, and I need to know what I'm getting into. So I do a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of studying people, and I have done that. And one of the things I have to say is, as I have continued to learn, not just about my business, and I think paparazzi is amazing, but not just about paparazzi, but about network marketing and direct selling overall, I am 100% sold on network marketing, direct selling. Even if you're doing something else, like this needs to be a part of your life for so many reasons. That's another video for me to tell you why network marketing and direct selling is one of the best decisions you can make for your life. So I should hope that if you're not in paparazzi, I'll tell you this is a business that I love. It's enjoyable to me. All of that I'm saying to you doesn't mean that I don't have those times when I feel like quitting. I have those too, but it's just, I love, you know, the personal style aspect of it. So many things. That's a whole nother video. But if that is not for you, if paparazzi is not for you, I will say find your thing. If you're looking at this, I'm assuming you already have your thing. So I hope you're passionate about it. But if you don't, find some sort of network marketing to be a part of that you can be passionate about, because there's so many benefits. Like, if you want to see another video about that, definitely check out my video on why network marketing, why direct selling is the entrepreneurial route to go. Even if you're going to go some other route. Like, I feel like in all the amount of time that I've been in thus far, I have learned so much about business, so much than I have learned in my other leadership positions and the other things that I've done in my life. I used to be a principal, and I learned a lot as I went through that degree to get that and that certification. So much about education, but as far as business and people and just, there's too much. But anyway, I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please let me know by subscribing, because it lets me know that this is helpful to someone and that me pouring myself out there and being vulnerable to let you know my journey is helping you. And if you want to know more about my business, my team are the Fearless Fashionistas, and we're fearless not because we have no fear, but because we move in spite of the fear. We have our trepidation, we have whatever, but we know that, like, you just stay in there, nothing's gonna happen. So I'm excited about that. And fashionista because it's actually one of the levels in paparazzi, but also because why can't you look fierce and gorgeous as you move up, right? As you make your dreams, as you meet those dreams come true. You could still look gorgeous. Anyway, but you can also find me on Pinterest, on Facebook, Accessorize with Inga. Any of those places, comment here and I'll get in touch with you. I hope that this has been super helpful for you, and I hope that you will like it and that you will subscribe and come back again. I will be posting once a week this year, and so I'm excited about that. And if there's a question that you have that I can answer, there's lots of paparazzi people that have a lot of expertise in certain areas, but one of the things I like to do is encourage you along this journey, because I think it's important for you to know that, to not feel left out and not feel alone in feeling whatever you're feeling, but to be able to do it in spite of it, to keep on pushing, to keep on moving. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.